It's the year 2025 and you are ready to become a homeowner. But you've been kind of stuck in this endless loop of mixed information on how to finally sit at the table and close on that very first home. I know it's nerve-wracking, but don't worry, I got you. Because in today's lesson, I'm going to explain the qualifications you need so you can get that home in 2025. Yes, you heard me correctly. So go ahead, go get your pen and paper and make sure you stay to the end because I'll be sharing a program that can help you with down payment assistance, all right? And without further ado, let's dive in. And before we get started, ladies and gents, I just want to ask if you don't mind hitting that like button for me as it helps my channel out a ton. I truly appreciate all your support. I'm trying to help everybody I can get approved for their very first home, all right? Now, enough rambling. Let's actually get into the qualifications itself. Now, one of the biggest fears people have in this process is whether if they even qualify, especially for pre-approvals. So let's start with what lenders actually look for. The key factors that lenders actually look for are pretty much roughly, I'll just give you the foundation of it, is pretty much income, assets, and of course, credit. Some lenders might look for other things, but these are just the foundation of what they actually look for. Now, since we're on the topic of income, let's talk about it. Income is one of the most important pieces of the puzzle because it determines what you can actually afford. Most lenders base this off of your gross income, okay? Your gross income. And when I say gross, I'm referring to what you get before taxes. So keep that in mind. And while you keep that in mind, here's a useful tip. Aim for your mortgage payment to be at least 30 to 35% of your gross monthly income. So keep that in mind, and also keep in mind that taxes and other costs will be added to this amount, okay? So it might be a little more than what you actually think. Now, disclaimer, everybody's finances are different, okay? For example, 35% of $4,000 a month looks very different from 35% of someone who makes $50,000 a month. So you have to keep this in mind when it comes to the actual percentages of what I'm giving you. Now, let's talk about the credit. And as a credit guy, I know how crucial this is, okay? A lot of people always ask me, what credit score do I actually need to qualify? And well, it depends on the type of loan program that you're actually trying to go after. So I'm gonna give you a quick breakdown of some of the qualifications for these loans and some of these programs. The FHA loan, you need a score of at least 580 to 620 depending on the lender. The next ones that we have are conventional loans, and with these loans you want to aim for a 630 or higher. USDA loans, you're looking at a minimum of at least a 650, and down payment assistance programs, many require at least a 620 or higher. But again, if you stay to the end, I'll share one that goes as low as a 600. So stay tuned for that one. Now, another disclaimer since we're on the topic of credit. Do not rely on Credit Karma, okay? Please rewind that back so you can hear it again. While it is a free app, it's not 100% accurate, ladies and gents. You need your FICO scores and not your Vantage scores, okay? Credit Karma gives you your Vantage scores, which no lenders actually look at, hence why it's free. If you need to actually pull your FICO scores because it has more than one scoring model that you will see whether you're trying to apply for credit cards, auto loans, homes, things of that nature. The easiest way on how you can obtain these is by utilizing MYFREESCORENOW, Identity IQ, or you can go to annualcreditreport.com. And I say this every single video, but you have to fact check me. I think you get one a year. Some people say you get more than one a year with freeannualcreditreport.com. I don't know, fact check me, but these are the best places, and I'll link those in the description so you can go ahead and get those to make it way easier for you. Now, debt. Debt is another major factor. Your debt to income ratio, aka your DTI, plays a huge role on how much you can afford, okay? Because what you say out of your mouth and what is actually on paper are totally two different things. The less debt that you have, the more purchasing power you'll gain. Here's another tip that I was able to get from a lender that I know. Once you pay off at least $100 a month in debt, you can increase your purchasing power by almost $5,000 or more. But of course, you still have to check with your lender and wherever actually jurisdiction and state that you're in. Also, guys, since we're on the topic of credit and buying your first home or even your second home, you got to understand that, again, credit is a big factor, okay? So that means you can't walk into these places when you have a bankruptcy, late payments, charge-offs, collections. The list goes on and on your credit report. You want to make sure that it's squeaky clean, so when you go through this process, you have no issues whatsoever. So why don't you sign up for the How to Credit Restoration Program, where I'm removing everybody's negatives without you having to lift a finger. It's all about convenience over here, and I work on that while you work on other things as far as trying to find that first home, trying to find the right lender. You're trying to do everything in your place to make sure that everything is right, and I make sure that your credit is right, so we can meet in the middle so you can get the home that you're looking for. So the link will be in the description below, where you can sign up for a free 15-minute consultation with me to see if you're eligible for the program, so we can get your credit on board so you can get that first home. Now, enough about that. Let's get back to the video. Now, with the purchasing power, the next thing I need you to do is take a look at your budget and prioritize paying down your debt before applying for any type of mortgage, okay? Some people really skip this step and they just say, you know, I'll just pull the trigger and I'll cross that bridge when it comes. Yeah, sometimes you cross that bridge and you get stuck in the middle of it, and you don't want to do that, okay? Now, if you're worried that you won't qualify, I've got an awesome program that's going to help you with down payment, okay? And no, we are not sponsored or anything. I'm just trying to help you. And what I want you to look for is the Chenoa Fund Down Payment Assistance Program. This program is available in all 50 states. And here's the best part. You do not have to be a first-time home buyer, ladies and gents. However, of course, disclaimer, you can't currently own a home to qualify. So everybody that already owns a home, I'm sorry about that. But as I mentioned earlier, some programs accept lower credit scores, and Chenoa is one of them. You only need a 600 to apply, okay? Yes, a 600 minimum FICO score. Now, they offer two options. Number one, the 3% assistance, where they cover most of your down payment. And number two, which is the 5% assistance. And of course, you only need 3.5% down, so you can use that extra 1.5% towards closing costs. Now, before you get all jumping joy for the second one, let me break down both of them before you go apply, okay? So let's go ahead and go to the repayment options. You can pay back the assistance over 10 years at a 2% interest rate, or choose forgiveness at a 0% interest, but no, you won't get the full 3 or 5%. So for example, if they grant you 2%, then you'll need to cover the remaining 1.5%. It's up to you as the buyer, okay? Now, this is just a heads up. Some lenders may charge additional fees up front that can't actually be rolled into the loan, ladies and gents. So make sure that your lender is experienced with the Chenoa Fund and can explain which option works best for you. Please understand this. Please, like, really make sure that they really have the best interest at heart for you. I don't want them to put you in a situation where it benefits them and then it burns you on down the line whenever you're already in the situation and you can't get yourself out, okay? And also, for those looking to invest, here's a bonus tip. Chenoa actually allows you to use this program on duplexes, right? So if you live in one unit, you can rent out the other, making it a great real estate investment property, okay? Because you got to remember, when it comes to a lot of FHA loans, they don't allow, in a lot of situations, duplexes and things that they're very cut and dry about what you can actually use the loan for. So the Chenoa actually has a little bit more wiggle room when it comes to whatever you're trying to apply for, which is, again, duplexes. Overall, these tips and options will get you into your first home or even your first investment property. Now, remember, if you need a reliable real estate agent to guide you through this process, I already got one. If you know about Real Estate Trapper, reach out to Ronnie. I promise you, he is an awesome real estate agent, and he's going to get you to where you need to be. And I'll include his contacts and the details in the description below so you can reach out to him. Now, I want to leave you with this. Buying your first home is a very huge milestone, and it can sometimes feel overwhelming. But with the right knowledge and tools, it's absolutely achievable, okay? Take it one step at a time. Start by reviewing your finances, building your credit profile and finding the right program like the Chenoa Fund, okay? And make your ownership more accessible. I'm telling you, in God's timing, everything is going to work out for you. And also, don't forget to share this video with anyone who's actually thinking or looking to buy a home in the future. This could really be helpful to them, and I want to give them the exact information they need so they can get started. Now, if you found this video helpful, drop a comment below and let me know what your biggest takeaways was, or if you have any questions about the process, I'll be happy to help. Drop all your questions again in the comment section. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Now, follow all these tips so you can get your first home in 2025, all right? And until next time, ladies and gents.